Hey everyone, I'm Antman0426,
And I'm Gonzogil.
and today we're going to be showing you guys this Minecraft world that we've been working on for about 5 years, that we started in 1.14, and we're just going to be showing you guys everything we've done in it. So I hope you enjoy. So right now we're currently in the spawn area. This is, where we first started the world. There used to be an iron golem farm here, but it didn't work. So unfortunately, I had to get rid of it. And right now, all that's left is just villagers and cats. But
We'll do something here at some point.
yeah, one of these days we'll put something at spawn. Let's just keep going. This is, where we spent our first few days in the world. But, we didn't stay there for long. We don't really have a starter house. I mean, we have our first houses, but we didn't really
Yeah,
make like tiny little houses that a lot of people usually do when they first start.
we're just too good.
Yeah, we're just too good at the game, um, and we didn't need it.
We headed this way for no particular reason. I guess we were just looking for a cool spot, which we eventually found, but it takes some walking.
And here we are. This is the village where I'm pretty sure we stayed our first night in the game. Uh,
Yeah, these
you
are,
know,
I guess, some of our first blocks.
yeah, some markers we made, I guess, to show where we've been. But yeah, this is the original village that we found. This
There's
wasn't the
no
villager
crossbow.
update, so there. Oh yeah, it's a crossbow. Must have done a raid here. But yeah. I mean, this is during the villager update, so you'll probably see quite a few villages, because there were a lot more of them during the update. Since then, they've decreased the amount that spawn, but when we first made the world, they had not done that. So there's a lot of villages. After that, we started heading this way, still looking for a good place to set up base. We hadn't really thought of what to do yet, but when we did find it, we knew it was the right spot. You can probably tell from that giant tower in the back, but that's our where we fought the wither.
It's
I mean, it's not the
kind of
most,
ugly.
yeah, it's not the most pretty thing, but it got the job done.
Okay. Over here, we made this bridge across this tiny ravine for some reason. I don't know why we didn't just walk around,
Yeah,
but
but
it's classic.
so this is another village where we found at the beginning of the game. As you can see, it's a little destroyed. But there's still some crops left. But there's no villagers left. We didn't kill them all. Uh, we brought them to our base, which you'll see in a few moments. But yeah, this is we do raids here occasionally when there were villagers here, and it's just, another classic location that we stopped at before we actually made our home.
And we headed over this way to this mesa, which is a pretty lucky find. Because aren't they supposed to be pretty rare? We have
Um,
one right here.
yeah, they're pretty rare most of the time. But yeah, we had one right here.
I think here's where we must have dug some ore or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of remnants of people in there.
Then we came out on this side, and there was the ice, and I was like, whoa, I want to build my base here. Which I did. But you found a spot right past it.
Yep, so this is our, a lot of good biomes pretty early on. Or, you don't see like a icy lake or ocean or whatever they're called right by spawn. And next to a mesa, which is also right by spawn. But yeah, as you can see here, this is Gonzogil's castle.
Yeah, I built part of it on day one. I'm pretty sure it was the tower on top of there, that ice thing. And this is the same place I've been living for the past 5 years, which will hopefully change at some point because it's a little small and not that good, but it's classic.
Yeah. Guess we can take a look inside. Got a little, door here.
Stables where I kept my horse until it mysteriously vanished.
Like all mobs in the game. Some malaise
Yeah,
here
there was a
holding
weird.
food.
One day, all the entities just disappeared, like armor stands mobs. They're just gone,
Yeah.
which was unfortunate. We should have made a backup, but we didn't know how to do that. So.
Yeah, it was really annoying because we had a lot of villagers, but besides that.
Yeah, here's the original bedroom that I still use.
Yeah. You wouldn't think the person who runs the castle would sleep in something like that, but hey, you can look out there.
Lookout tower. And then
This whole
later, I think this frozen island, this was a later edition, but I made it to store my valuables because I had a Riptide Trident and Ant-Man didn't, so I was like, oh, I'll get up there. He can't get up there. No, there's nothing in there now.
but now it's not worth it because I can just go to it. I can just fly.
Yeah, you can just fly, but here's my storage room that I'm also still using. It's just a bunch of barrels with item frames on it.
A lot more organized than my storage room. We'll see
There's
later
not that
on.
much space. I constantly have to keep adding chests when I fill them up, but it's fine.
At least it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, over here is just a little room, which I now keep the dogs in.
So many
there
dogs.
used to be. Back here, you can still see I made like a. Oh,
Oh,
I fell.
God.
There's like a.
Oh no.
You can see the remnants of my fish farm that I use for food.
Some toppers and chests.
There's nothing.
And these are all the new dogs too, so this is pretty recent stuff.
Yeah, for a while there was just nothing in there. And here we have a little. I think this is like the front desk of the museum.
Yeah,
So
this is like the lobby.
Here is a museum with a bunch of the stuff, like the Ender Dragon egg and head. Also some story stuff, which is interesting. I mean, I don't know who makes the lore here.
Yeah.
It's definitely not me. It just happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff that's happened over the years in the world.
These books here explain it all. That can.
Yeah, and
We're
about
not
50,
gonna read those
at
right
least
now.
50 pages, but you don't have time to read all that right now. So I guess now we can make our way over to home base, as we call it, which is basically the main island where everything happens. So we have a nice little path here with a lot of flowers, and right here we have our graveyard. Kind of a sad spot. This is pretty old, actually. We made this a long time. It was probably in like the first year we made this, but it's where, all the animals we had. So, I think this is my horse. Benson, this is like one of my first dogs. I think this is another one of my first dogs.
I think it was your first dog.
Yeah. Parrot on. I think it says died in a horrific accident because I killed them by accident.
Yeah, you hit them with your sword while trying to unsit them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you were originally on mobile.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I used to play on mobile before I played on PC, or I guess
and
my
I was
laptop.
on I was on console. No, we're both on PC.
Snickerdoodle was a cat. There was a fire at the farm tower. Unfortunately, she died. Jeremy accidentally ran
It
into
was a,
Ant-Man.
it was the drowned that was
Oh,
friendly, but
yeah,
then one day he hit you in your thorns, killed
yeah.
you.
And there's a lot more animals that died, but we're probably gonna make a monument to them because it was all
Yeah,
in
I
this.
mean,
Oh, here's some more.
I put
Stanley.
the
Yeah.
ones with the
Oh yeah,
entity.
yeah. That like pretty much every single entity died, like he said. Like it was insane, but we'll keep moving on here. You know, we have this path going on. We have this little bridge, little custom waterfall. It's not the prettiest, but this is what we call Creeper Mountain up here. But before we go up there, we can check out
All
what's
this
down
stuff
here.
was made at different time periods. It's like this was the very first building.
Yeah,
Like
this is the first
nothing
building.
else was here.
It's a little tiki bar, which was meant for food storage, but as you can see, it's
Junk.
not. There is some food, but it's not really what we use it for. But we keep it around because, you know, it's the original.
Very first.
Yeah, and then over here we have my bungalow, which was my first real house. Some of the stuff is missing since I took it out for my new house, but so we have some mob heads. You know, it's just kind of a nice, cozy little room. It's got all the necessities. There used to be a fish in here, and yeah, it's just a pretty nice place. And then in here is my storage room, which, as you can see, is not labeled. And I mean, I keep it pretty organized, but because I know what's in it, but it's like building materials, I guess natural blocks, and then we have just kind of random shulkers from when we go exploring, and I definitely want to make some kind of automatic storage system at some point. I know it's been 5 years, but
Also an
uh,
aquarium with
yeah,
no
it's also
fish
an
in here.
aquarium that used to have fish, but there's no more left. I think there's a hole that they all spilled out of somewhere, but they also would have died anyway. This is the ender chest, and this is the regular chest. So,
Obviously. I
yeah,
guess
that
this
makes
one was
sense.
made a bit later because the ceiling is blackstone, so it's
Well,
always too update.
I think I changed the
Oh,
ceiling at some
did you?
point. I think I
Oh,
changed the ceiling, but it still is pretty old. And then what we have here is what we call the farm tower. We don't use it as, oh, we still use it, but it's not exactly automatic. The only
you
automatic
just
part is that
where's the
there's
button?
the
Oh,
buttons, but oh,
way over
well,
here.
yeah, most of them they're at the front where the chests are, but you know, it's basically just you know, uh, an easy way to keep all of our farming stuff. There was a couple accidents here. Not there was a
Yeah,
fire, but
some
that's
of the
patched up.
stairs
But
are missing.
yeah, some of them have been broken due to the passage of time, I guess. But yeah, there's some farms here. Some of them we like never use really, like this melon farm or like another war farm or this pumpkin farm especially. But yeah, we just basically have pretty much every. This is pretty old, so I guess any of the newer farming stuff we haven't put in. And up here is sugarcane farm, so that actually goes down all the way to the bottom. But we needed more sugarcane, so that is not the only farm tower that we have. As you can see, it comes down here, but I'll show you next. We have the sugarcane tower. This is a lot different than the farm tower. It's a lot more
It's just
industrial.
full of sugar cane.
Yeah, as you can hear, it's just a bunch of pistons going off, and you'll probably see here soon that this is basically where the
Probably.
sugarcane. Oh yeah, there's one. The sugarcane basically all goes to the top, and then it comes down here,
Yeah,
and
the
then it
tube is just
goes.
for decoration because
Yeah,
all the sugar cane goes down to the bottom, but then it gets pushed back up to the top just
yeah.
to drop in this tube.
But as you can see, all the chests are full. because we get so much from it because there's so many like automatic sugarcane,
We
collectors in
really
there.
don't need that much.
We don't need it all, but it's nice to have. I guess, yeah, so there's the back of the farm tower where the original sugarcane went through. I guess next we can go. Oh, actually, first,
The
there's
farm tower
also,
was on its own for a while. Like this wasn't built like until we got elytra and rockets and stuff. This was
yeah,
like the first
the sugarcane
project.
was a lot later, years later. And we could have made it look better probably, but I think it was, we wanted to keep it looking
Yeah.
like the original design. But we did update, the pixel art so that it was, more higher quality. Here,
This
this,
building used to be the
yeah,
villager house.
yeah, it was called the Villager Paradise, and it's
You
where
can
we
see
kept all the villagers.
the remnants of it.
Yeah,
It's
this is, it's a bit of, it looks like a dungeon. I don't know why there's a goat in here. Um, but this used to be where we'd convert the villagers into zombies, which is why it's kind of got cobblestone. Because the
we
original
would
building was
never
wood,
do
but
that anymore though.
yeah, it's very ethical now. And they'd come up through this, I guess, waterfall to get them out.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then one of them opened an iron door.
yeah. And so it's called the Bad Basic. He's dead because of all the entities died. But
Well, no, it was
yeah.
a drowned that killed him. It swam up
Oh
from the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah. And we had to contain them because we couldn't let something that could open iron doors running rampant in the world. So after we moved all the villagers, I just decided I'd build like a little house. It used to have, this used to be like where we kept all our animals, so like cows and sheep and whatnot. Then it basically became a horse farm, but we don't really have any horses anymore, or at least for not right now. So we just have a good sheep here who likes to hang out and eat grass. There's not really much inside. There is a couple floors in here, but it's pretty much just empty. And I guess we throw all our spare pillager banners on it. And so that's basically home base. But before we go to the main stuff, where we have a lot more buildings, we gotta show the Turtle Island, which was actually pretty old considering its size.
It
Um,
was first like big project, which I mean, I guess it's not big for now standards,
yeah, if we made it now, it
but
probably would have been bigger, but
yeah,
it's definitely our biggest, one of our biggest projects still. It's basically, an island with a volcano on it, and it's got like a turtle head on it. It's not, the island isn't a turtle, but it's just, it's where we wanted to do all of our turtle egg hatching for scutes. That's what we do here, and we have an inside of a volcano here, and we got, a little pool in the middle, just for
a hot
fun.
tub with some floaties.
Yeah. Uh, and it's off. Sometimes mobs will spawn in the water, and then they'll die. Uh, but
As
they
you can
don't do
see,
that
there's
very
no
often.
turtles here.
Yeah, because we don't really use it anymore, but also they've all migrated. But yeah, it's kind of kind of got a tiki thing going on, and over here is some like beach stuff because this is where we do a lot of fishing. We spend a lot of time here fishing for enchanted books and stuff before we had
We
all the
used to,
villagers.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't really do it anymore. That's basically it. There's not much else on the island besides, the volcano. And then
This
there's
boat.
a little shipwreck over here that I made. Nothing too fancy, but, it's just some nice stuff. There used to be a skeleton horse that was attached to it, but there isn't anymore. And, yeah, that's basically all there is to it. We still need to make it, connected to the ground, because right
Yeah,
now
I'll
it's kind
do
of
that
floating.
someday.
But yeah, one of these days we'll do that. Okay, so before we head to the main part, actually, there's some explaining to do. As you can see, there's ice all over the floor.
Yeah, so I have a catapult on top of my castle wall, and I thought it'd be funny to catapult some ice over here and it spread across, but now it serves as like a nice little walking platform, I guess.
Yeah. So
And
that's a lot
here's
of
a
stuff is
little
built on it.
stage that we built for 4th of July
Yeah.
show
It's made
in
like
what used to be here. If you go under the water,
oh yeah. Some
with two
shops.
little shops that I tried to sell stuff to him. He didn't usually buy it,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they were a pain.
sometimes I did, but yeah, they fell.
They fell through the ice and now they're rotting at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. I guess we have a little dripstone farm here, but yeah, it's also pretty old. It's a couple years old, I think. We haven't done a 4th of July in a while. But yeah, now we can actually head to all the good stuff. Not that that stuff's not good, but
Yeah,
this is
everything's
some,
good.
yeah, everything's good in a good world. But here is like most of it's more recent, and our building abilities have
Yeah,
since been, you know, upgraded. So this here
the
is,
first thing was the log cabin.
oh yeah, before we go to the quarry, this is a log cabin that I built. Basically, I built a lot of holes in this area,
To get
and
dirt.
yeah, to get like dirt and grass and stuff. So there were a lot of just giant block holes. Um, so we had to build them up. And the first one, you can hear the mobs underground. That's because that's where the hole is. So we
You
just
didn't
covered it
fill
up
it
with
in.
stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to fill it in.
Yeah, we have a book that tells all the different buildings that covered up the holes.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a simple log cabin, and
This
then
was another pretty early build, a tree.
yeah, it's basically the central tree. Basically, what this place is, it's a forest that has each, tree type. We've updated it to the cherry blossom and the mangrove since then.
Yeah, it used to
Uh,
just be plains. We planted all the different biome
yeah, all the
trees.
trees you see here have been planted. It used to be just a big old plains.
So we made
And but this tree isn't just for looks. We also have stuff inside. Oh, and there's also like a bird, sort of hanging bird's cage nest thing
there's no
that
birds anymore because they
yeah.
died.
Well, yeah, but it used to be where we had birds and a jukebox, but
So we made this entire tree just for this library to have a spot for enchanting set up.
yeah, and this is you know, a good librarian
We have
he didn't hurt us. And then over here is our list of it's basically our to-do list. So it's basically all of our ideas or things that we want to build at some point. And then
and that
this is
one's the plains holes. One of them was a log cabin, as you saw.
yeah, and
But we'll
then
show
this
the rest of them as we go.
yeah, and this is the first thing we made in this tree. And then there's actually other floors as well.
Yeah, these were
Uh,
added later. Originally, it was just the library.
yeah, and so this is our map room where we have maps of most of the major locations in the world. This
Here's home
is,
base and everything
yeah,
around it.
a lot of stuff here. And then this is, other stuff we'll get to, Snow Island. This was our end, where, this is a village where we had the end portal, and a lot of stuff happened there. But
It was crazy.
it's all normal now, and this is our mini game area, which we'll go to later. And then we continue on upwards. We have just kind of areas where we showcase new stuff from all the new updates. So we have armor trims and pottery stuff, and
So we made this. This was 1.20, so quite a bit later.
yeah. And then up
And the most
here,
recent one is up here. You
yeah,
can tell by the new paintings.
yeah, very nice. And also, it's our kind of jukebox area, so it's where we have, you know, it's kind of like a little club area. We have all the new music discs, so I guess just all of our music discs. And then up here
Yeah,
is
we
this is
have
in,
every single movie disc.
yeah, this is inside the branch, and it's just kind of like a cozy little, I guess, you
Reading
know,
room,
yeah,
bedroom.
you can do whatever you want in here, I guess. And I'm pretty sure that's basically
Yeah,
everything
we
we
haven't
have right now.
finished it. Up here is empty. You can
But
see the other branch will be up there, but
yeah,
the plan is probably to put a spiral staircase to the top because up there is the inside of the leaves and it looks pretty cool in there.
yeah, you can
We
get a
can
nice
show that
view.
once we build something.
Yeah, so this tree is, it's kind of a work in progress thing. It's
It's
constantly
been going on for a
building new
while,
stuff.
but
Yeah,
it's a good thing. It's pretty relaxed because the interiors are simple, so I can feel like whenever I work on it, I can just build and not worry about it being
yeah,
too fancy.
it's kind of all the same thing throughout. Over here is a cathedral that you made.
Yeah, and it filled in one of the plains holes, and I like how it turned out. It's kind of small, but I really tried to play with the different shapes. Like you can see the pointed arch windows that I used.
Yeah,
It looks cool. And there's some stained glass windows back here. And basically it's just to hide the moss farm. If you go on the inside, we have our moss farm and you can switch it over here, I think. Where's the lever? Where's the lever? Yeah, back here. You can switch it to go to moss storage or to produce more bone meal. The bone meal isn't that efficient because I mostly designed it myself instead of just copying something. And when you turn it on up here, and it'll start producing moss, which we don't use it that often, but I'm sure we'll need it eventually, so it's nice to have.
yeah, it's usually you only use it for bone meal, but yeah, it's not too hard to get. And then over here is our bee farm, which is just kind of a giant honeycomb that I built. And it's
Another one of the
basically,
plains holes.
yeah, it's also used to be a plains hole. Yeah, as you can see, we have all the bees here. It's probably got all the honey. We don't really need honey that much, especially since the trial chambers came out. It's a lot easier to get, uh, you know, copper that's been waxed. But it's just, a nice thing to have. It fills up the hole and it looks pretty neat.
It's manual, but it works well enough because we don't really need that much.
Yeah, I guess we can go to the quarry now. We'll show the factories first. Now we're in the quarry area, and we have some factories over here. There's kind of like a story connecting the quarry and these factories, but you know,
We'll explain that once we go in the actual place.
yeah. So you can see there's kind of just, crystals. They're meant to, in case your mind wanders, just know that these are just meant to be regular crystals, and these are just like, ones you'd find underground, okay? They're not used for like anything, you know, sinful. It's just, you know, powers stuff. But we'll explain that later. And it's just kind of these factories, and then over here is a big one, which is basically holding a crane. But we'll go inside that one later. This is still like a work in progress area.
That's why
Uh,
all the chests are still here.
yeah, we're
Oh, I
still,
almost fell in. We're
yeah.
still working.
A lot of stuff is still being built just all over the world, and this is like one of the still work in progress things, but it's still pretty cool. And this is also like kind of terraforming the area. It's still work in progress. But then this is the quarry. And this is where, as you can see over there, some villagers already. This is where we have all the villagers. It's basically the underground society. It's basically where we keep all the villagers and they live here.
Yeah,
We
originally,
have,
it was just a little hole in the ground where he collected stone. Then we decided to dig it all the way.
yeah,
We haven't got
and
through deep slate yet, but we're working on it.
yeah, we were able to stop at bedrock, but then the cave update came out, and now we have to dig more. And what our plan is to add some like new stuff, kind of like not really anything, not as practical as the actual villager part, but more so like just cool decoration and atmospheric stuff. But yeah, this is, a little windmill, some other decoration stuff, and let's
It's
go
where all the
inside.
villagers live in here.
Yeah, and there are a lot of villagers. It's kind of hard to keep track. We have at least like eight of every type of villager, and they each have their own little symbol. And basically, the idea is they each have their own bedroom and then like function room where they, do their tasks or whatever. It's kind of like a marketplace area where the butchers and the fishermen can trade. It's just kind of
I
for
mean, it's
decoration.
not as organized by type anymore. It's kind of got out of hand. They go wherever they want.
Yeah, we've left it alone and they've kind of like intertwined. But butchers, they're all here. They seem to all be here. That's their symbol. And there used to be some, you know, pigs in here. We brought some animals, but now it's just a llama from a wandering trader. And here is a little breakup room, and it has some more crystals, and these are the same ones you saw in the factory, and then there's some
All
little
connected.
stalactites. Here is the brewer's room, even though there's none in here. They get stuck behind the bamboo often. And then that's more crystals and, you know, where they actually do the brewing. And this is the library. This is probably the biggest room. This is where we have all librarians. It's the most important one since we have our mending villagers and, you know, all of the important enchanted books that we need. And we just kind of haul all of them here in the library. And since they're not like, behind bars or anything, we can't really keep track of them. But
We
these
will
are
put a dedicated trading hall on the outside that'll be used for more important ones once we finish building it.
yeah. And then this is our cartographers. So it's kind of like there used to be paintings on these, but all the entities were gone, so they disappeared. This is
Those
kind of like
things are good.
little map of the world, I guess. There's the bell, and then these are our archers. I don't remember what they're called, but oh, Fletchers.
Fletchers
And then they got a little target practice and this giant thing that we'll explain later.
connected to the factories.
Yeah,
Just kind of broke through. There's one
yeah.
here too.
These are the people who work with like leather and stuff. They got drying clothes, and there are a lot of villagers in here. They will
There's
all like just gather around here. There's also a
there's a
donkey,
floating donkey. What is he
floating
doing?
donkey. I don't know what his deal is. Uh, but this is also kind of practical for us. It's just a bunch of like cauldrons with dye in it. So if we want to dye some armor, that's where they sleep. And then going further down, this is where we have all the loom people. And this is one of the earlier builds, but this is basically where we put a bunch of banners we've made, just like random designs. Um, and then yeah, we have like a little cool little statue here, and then
You can
a
see
little
part of the
window
mine shaft here
that,
we found.
that goes into a mine shaft. And then we go here, and this is the first one that we built, which is the farmers. And it's kind of like, I guess, a rendition of the old Village of Paradise, even though it doesn't really look like it, but it's kind of abstract. And you have these little areas where you can look out. There's a lot of villagers hanging
Oh
out here
my
for some
goodness.
reason. Yeah, I don't know why there's so many. Yeah, this is where all the farmers, do the farming.
This connects back to where we first entered. It's a big loop. But there's
Yeah,
more over here.
yeah, this isn't all the well, so this guy is kind of in the way. That's not all the rooms we have. We also have, you know, This is kind of like a more industrial area. It's basically where we have, you know, the blacksmiths, you know, all these kinds of jobs we have here. We have fire down there, bunch of tubes and pipes. It's a little more simple. It's not as elegant as the other rooms. Um, this was probably like the last one we built, but you know, just a simple little area.
I mean, you say we, you're the one who built all of
Yeah,
these.
I guess I guess I did build most of these, but what we're about to go
From
to
the
is what Gonzogil
main hall.
built. All this is the
Uh,
stuff that he built himself. We're about to get to.
So this is the main hall, which is like, I guess, town hall for the villagers. And the story of this whole place is like originally it used to be an underground society with just the villagers living here, but then the factory people broke through the top to harvest the crystals for energy or whatever, as you can see in the factories up there. And there's a chain holding it up. I guess just they disrupted the foundations when they broke the ceiling, so they're keeping it structurally supported. But the factory people have since taken over this main hall, and no villagers are allowed in there anymore, which we'll show the interior in a second. But over here is where the main trading hall is going to be for important ones. Like we'll probably keep our mending guy in here. We have some rooms in there. There's not really finished, but it'll just be a long hallway with some cozy little rooms for them to stay in. And it's the interior. Here's where we keep all of our emeralds. We don't have that many, but we don't trade that much. And a little hallway. And there's a story to this floor, because on Bedrock Edition, you can't obtain this texture. Like on Java,
Yeah.
you can just block off part of a mushroom stem and you get this texture. But on Bedrock, the only way to get this is from the top of the mushroom stem. So I took bone meal mushrooms below us and then piston them up here. And it took forever. So hopefully it never gets... It got blown up once by Antman.
Yeah.
Brought a creeper in here.
Oh God. But now we
Hope...
have my cat Jack in here who's supposed to keep the creepers out.
Yeah.
And some more lights.
It continues up here. You can see it's the wall's made out of diorite. It's like they dug through the wall to make the staircase. It's kind of cool. The whole thing is attached to the wall. And here, just this place is just pure decoration, but I like it. It looks nice. If I
Yeah.
do say so myself. And then you have their little attic in here.
And the villagers don't live here.
Yeah. Oh, how did this guy get in?
Whoa! Okay, I
He's
guess we
stuck in.
got somebody trying to figure out the mystery here.
This goes up to the tower, which you can look out. Nice little bedroom.
I really don't know how I got in there.
And then over here is what the factory people added. The trapdoors here are supposed to show like, ooh, they broke through the wall and added their own little area. You can see it's a little factory place where they're doing experiments.
Yep.
They have a lot of stuff going on. This connects to one of the cranes outside. You can climb up this ladder to get up to the factory. And this is what the little column was inside the villager area. They broke through to build this tunnel. And here's the interior of the factory. As you can see, this leads to the outside. You have some little lifts to carry stuff up and down. Here connects to the crane holding up the main hall. The top floor is just some more factory stuff. And it's all telling a story with these crystals they've harvested.
yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
basically all the quarry is. That's all it has to offer right now.
hopefully we'll expand it sometime soon. I plan on terraforming like this outside area because it's kind of rough, just cut into the ground. Like I started over there,
Yeah,
and we're gonna dig up to bedrock again.
but they don't add more blocks this time. But yeah. So I guess continuing on. Uh,
Over here is that we have paths. Wait, no, wrong path. We have paths going in the forest. Here's the original bee area. We just had them outside.
yeah, this is a nice area. We just had some bees
I don't know where
and
this tree.
fireplaces.
We need
Yeah,
to fix it.
but yeah, but now it's just kind of like a little area.
It's kind of cozy.
Yeah,
If we follow the forest path around, it goes on a big loop throughout the different biomes, which is
yeah,
cool.
the path.
But
Yeah,
it also lead somewhere else.
yeah, we'll get to see every tree type along the path. It's our birch area. Some creeper holes, I assume. And then over here, this is where the path ends. But that is also because this is a new area, our snowy island. Which slash Christmas Island. It's basically where I think we'll visit this later. But this is basically we can only work on it during like the winter season. So right now we can't work on it. But you know, it's
still a work in progress, but every year we add some stuff.
yeah. Over here is
First
something.
we'll go over here.
Yeah, I built. It's a zoo. So I just, decided to build a zoo for both mobs and, fake animal buildings. Yeah, I can get a ticket here, and yeah, I get to pay money for it. For whoever wants to pay money for it can. And yeah, we have gibbons here. There's lecterns at each place that give you information about the animal. Kind of a mix of real information and some like Minecraft stuff. Nothing too serious. We have some horses, donkeys. I guess this is supposed to be lemurs. We have, here's the gorillas over here. And you can actually go behind them. Yeah, gorillas. And then over here we have some big old giraffes. They got a pretty big area. You can see there's a pig down there too. I hope he don't get squished. It's kind of like, the giraffe feeding area. We can feed them lettuce or whatever. Got a little pond area too. And over here is rhino exhibit. It's got only one rhino, but yeah, we got some mud there. And then here is like a little tree. What's this tree called? I forget, but it's the one where it's like it looks like the roots are at the top. I think a baobab, I think is what it's called. And then there's some goats up there on this tall thing. That one must have got off its leash. But then over here we have some elephants. It's a pretty big exhibit. We got a little baby elephant over there. Got one right up here, and yeah, that's all the elephants. This is all, the grass is a lot paler over here because this is above the ocean. This has all been built by me. And then, well, this is kind of more of a foresty area. We got some rabbits, cows, kind of hanging out.
Very forest-like.
Yeah, the classic forest animals. Here we got some regular wolves before they added the new ones. I might add the new wolves to an exhibit. Over here we have the foxes. As you can see, they really enjoy being over there because the rabbits are on the other side and they really want to kill the rabbits. So they're all constantly trying to get over there. And the newest exhibit, which is the armadillo exhibit. You have a little thing here with the armadillos, and they can, walk around. And one's coming up right to me. And this one's got some scutes over here. But yeah, this is pretty recent. I made this like a couple months ago.
You made it.
Yeah. And then continue on this way. This is kind of like a Africa-inspired section. Kind of like a... This whole thing's kind of like Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's what I thought of. And so we have some lions here. And then we have some camels, actual mobs here. I really enjoy watching the camels because I enjoy seeing them like lay down and stuff. They're very interactive and make those sounds. And then over here we have Wild Eats. It's just kind of a restaurant kind of area. It's got some plants. Oh yeah, there are fish in here. There's fish in this little area. It's kind of like a rainforest cafe sort of thing. And then you can get food and get some more bread. And yeah, it's kind of just a nice little area. And then over here, this is just supposed to be, I guess, some buildings, shops and stuff. I haven't actually built anything in this. I was thinking of doing it, but I kind of got caught up in other stuff. This is a fake building. There's nothing in it. Yeah, I might add some stuff to this at one point, but you kind of see there's a little nice view here with the waterfall and the Wild Eats. Over here we have some llamas, and it's kind of supposed to be like some little termite hills. The llamas. Over here there's the ocelots. They have their own, big old place to run around. And then we got some pandas here. Love watching the pandas. They got a little den in there. This is kind of like a bird area. So they got like, I guess these are toucans. Then we have actual parrots that are on leashes so they can't get out. And, flamingos over here. Regular birds. I don't even know what these are. Do they even have a name? Oh yeah, I guess they're supposed to be cranes. And then that's basically the outside section. And then over here is the interior, which is kind of supposed to be the reptile or like other animal, like aquatic stuff. So we got a crocodile in there, we got that big mango tree. We got a little leaf-tailed gecko. Can't tell, it's the little button thing right there.
I thought it was the flower at first.
Yeah. No, it's not the flower, it's the little button, it's the gecko.
Hold.
And we got frogs here. These are the ones from the swamps. And there's a lot of them in there. I think their population has grown a little bit. We got the ones from the snowy areas. You see them jumping in the water. It's always fun to see. And they have some more tropical fish in there too. And then we have these guys. We got some axolotls in their little area. We don't have the super rare one that everybody tries to get, but this is kind of like an ocean area. There used to be a lot of fish in here, but they died out. So right now all there is squid and turtles. There also used to be dolphins, but they died because for some reason dolphins need air, but like when you displace them, they don't go up for air anymore. I don't know why. So, and there's also some pufferfish, but it's kind of like an underwater area. Pretty cool. And then this is the sniffer area. I kind of tried to do something different with this one. I wanted to make like some sort of, I don't know, alien or like prehistoric landscape. Also a chicken in there. I don't think he's supposed to be there. But yeah, this is a sniffer. We've already gotten all the plants, so we're not really worried about actually needing them for something useful. And finally, it's the polar bear exhibit. There's only a couple. Pretty dangerous. They used to be able to hit you through the glass, but now they can't. And yeah, that's basically all the exhibits in the zoo. We are on our snow island, or Christmas island.
Yep. And originally, this was just a grassy island kind of thing. There was a village here, and where there are some villagers. I think that's where we got some more villagers from.
Yeah,
Anyway, now the houses are no longer here. I've replaced them with these cool kind of, I think these are Tudor style, whatever it's called. I think they look nice. They're kind of
yeah.
simple, but I like it. And still a work in progress, as you can see. That one's not done. Here's where we have Christmas. We give each other gifts.
Yeah, nice Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is probably one of the oldest buildings here.
Yeah. Still a work in progress, which is why these chests are here. Here's where we farmed all our snow
Yeah, poor
to
guy's
get.
been here for years.
We'll make him a house one day. He can
Yeah,
be retired. Yeah,
we got
there's
a
a cool
pathway.
little pathway around the island. And
There's
oh yeah,
also
the
some.
train station is like one of the first things here, I think.
Yeah, I built this train station because I wanted to build a train. So it's based off the what's it called? I have a model train of it. It's the Pierre Marquette 1225484. Uh, I actually updated the train recently. The actual locomotive. It's got some more smoke. It's got a better front to it. It's kind of like the Polar Express, I guess, but this is actually the AGW 2019. It's kind of like, when we first started the world. And you can, oh, if he goes in there, he can actually, yeah, he can blow the whistle. So, yeah. And then there's some train cars, passenger cars. I guess they don't really have much in it, it's just seats. Not much to it. And then there is
All you need.
yeah, train station. It's supposed to have a bell that rings, but I don't think it really works anymore. We got some signs in here, and yeah, you can get your
If
tickets.
they're not gonna get that.
Yeah, a lot of inside jokes are just kind of spread around the world. Okay, and then as you can see here, oh, this is here. This is one of my horses, Trundle. I brought him here. I don't remember why he's here. I guess because we were out of rockets or something. But yeah, if you know why he's named that, please don't comment it. Uh, oh yeah, there's also little marketplaces that I built around the town. They kind of have, they're not really selling, they aren't actually selling anything, but they're just kind of there. It's like the people who live here selling stuff, like a little bakery over here.
There's also a tree over here. We can't put snow on it because this used to be grass, so it just melts. Eventually, I'm gonna add more trees around the island. I built this a while ago, so maybe I'll update it to look a bit better, but I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, and then I built these buildings right here. And this is kind of like a Christmas village. It's like those ones you can buy in real life, like those tiny Christmas villages. It's obviously not done yet. There's no interiors, but they're basically just these little buildings. It's kind of like it's a town. I just kind of wanted to build like these detailed buildings. They use a lot of frog lights, so it's not done because it's really hard to get.
The farm stopped working.
Yeah, the
We
farm
have a
doesn't work.
farm. The minecart. We have to fix
Yeah, and it's just kind of, all these cool little buildings here. It's like, stores and shopping and whatnot, hotels. Yeah, I really
it.
like it.
Street lamps light up at night.
Yeah,
It's pretty cozy.
I guess that's pretty much all we have on the snow island. It's obviously still a major work in progress, but, you know,
None of these
uh,
houses have interiors either.
yeah, you know, the exterior, pretty much all the exteriors are still work in progresses here, but yeah, and there's a train track which goes all around the island. So yeah,
Over here, this whole like landmass, we came over here pretty early. It seemed so far back when we first got here because we
yeah,
marked our way with cobblestone and
yeah,
stuff. We went in these caves, but now it feels really close.
yeah,
And over here is something I built. It was a little terraforming project. I built up this whole cliff around here, added some sand to make it like a beach. It was a while back, so I've probably improved since then, but I think it still looks cool. And there's a little house up here. And there's nothing really up here. It's just plants and a little cozy house.
yeah. Pretty
And a pig,
cozy.
apparently.
Yeah, he lives here. As a turtle, I like to think every time we see a turtle, it's one that we got from the Turtle Island, but probably not. And
They're
then
everywhere except Turtle.
yeah, you know they migrated since then. They've grown up. But then over here, this is kind of a building on its own. It's a little, just a house I built, kind of based off something from real life, but I mean it's not based off my house or anything. But it's just kind of like a little house. Oh, there's dogs here. There's not much to it. I just kind of wanted to make it, you know, just for fun. It's pretty old, so it's not
Yeah, it's
crazy or
one of
anything.
the earlier builds.
Yeah, it's got, you know, a nice cozy little house. Piano, fireplace, all that good stuff. An empty garage. Um, there's also a little balcony out here. I think I terraformed a lot of this stuff. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Here is our spider farm. It's just kind of built into a mine shaft because, you know, the spider spawn. And it's not really anything, it doesn't really look good, but it's just kind of it's more of a practical thing. Some villagers
So
to
we
trade
used
with.
to get XP here, but
Yeah,
we have a better one now, so we don't really use it except coming here to get string and whatever.
yeah. Sometimes, you know, but maybe if like one of us playing by ourselves, then we're... Alright, and we're back on the trail here. So we've seen all the stuff that's over there. Now, there's another part of the path which goes through all the other kinds of trees. So, you know, we've already been through a lot of the jungle, and we're it's kind of starting to add bamboo. And then over here is the acacia forest of our acacia trees. And then it's kind of intertwined with the, oh, there's also up here on top of this hill, there are some seats. I guess we were trying out like seat designs.
Yeah,
So there's like
there's
some
a
sofa
sheep
and a
sitting here.
sheep sitting here. And it's you can kind of overlook some of the forest. And then on the path, here's the
It's kind of
mangrove
random,
forest.
but it's a
Yeah,
nice little Easter egg type thing.
there's a forest, mangrove trees, more acacia. This was a, I don't think there's any left in here. Okay, there are. That's kind of where we breed the frogs. Um, yeah, just look inside. There's some frogs bouncing around in there. Can't let him out though. And he's got out. Okay, I didn't want to have to hit him, but he's not dead.
You hit him?
And I had to put him back in. He was trying to get out. And then continuing along, we have the cherry blossom forest, which I guess the most recent forest we added. And then there's also, you know, some petals on the floor that we added,
I added.
or you added. And then we have these are kind of the azaleas, that was called.
Yeah.
Trees, and then it's a little, I don't know, I guess landmark
It's a
ruin
little
thing.
monument
Oh,
ruin.
yeah, and then before we continue, this is my kind of stable farm thing. It doesn't have much anymore, but this is kind of used to be sheep here, and then there's a cow and a couple of chickens. I don't really use it anymore. Oh, the sheep. That's because the sheep are all out here because we needed more space for them because they kept eating all the grass inside and it wouldn't grow back. So we had to move them out.
It's just temporary.
Yeah. And then you continue along, we're back in the spruce stuff. And the path just kind of continues along all the way until it gets back to the main path. But before we do that, there is a really important thing here. And it's my house. I don't know why there's a zombie up there. Just get down from there. And then, yeah, this is where I live. I built this, I guess, a couple years ago. But it's kind of like a mansion. It's basically what I'd call it. Um, and yeah, come inside. We got some armor here with like a turtle helmet. We got a little kind of aquarium. I
With
don't think.
nothing in it.
Oh, there's a fish down here for some reason. I guess he's dug himself a hole. We got a kitchen over here. We got some seats. And then we got some books here. It's kind of a sitting area. And then we got some plants, a piano, laundry room, some more books, a little TV, and then here's my office. More inside jokes. And we just got kind of some little computer in here. Back here, looks pretty cool at night, is my pool. Oh, we got a little fire pit. There's a jacuzzi. It's just a regular pool. Took forever to get this prismarine because it's such a hard block to obtain. Another jukebox. And yeah, it's just some nice seating. And then continue on up to the second floor up here. We got some more nice views. You can see the stables back there. And here is my pet room where I have all my pets. And are these mine? Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, we just got some dogs here and a lay that likes to hold bread. And yeah, that's basically all there is in here. And in here is kind of like a botany room, I guess, where I have some plants and flowers and water. Just kind of an extra room.
Oh yeah, these fence posts, you can't put buttons on them anymore.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, right here. I don't know why they removed the option to put buttons on them, but they did. And now there's one here that accidentally broke and doesn't have a button. It's kind of annoying. We have some more armor stands here. Got a little book room where I keep all my enchanted books. Cozy little reading room. Up here, and this is the third floor, where all the cool stuff is. We kind of got a game room over here. We got pool. We got like a Target game. And then we got a TV with some monkeys on it. Popcorn machine. Some more tables. Got a little bar over here with a bunch of potions.
It's juice, not
Juice, yeah.
any
Alcohol free. And we got, used to be an axolotl tank, but they died because of the entity death. And we got a really nice view out here of a lot of stuff out in the world. You got Barn Tower there, Quarry. That's a giant creeper skeleton on the Creeper Mountain. And then I have myself, this is my train. This is my train, little model train that I have running around. That's just a cool little thing. And then of course we have my bedroom. This is me, of course. Framed picture of me. It's where I keep all my valuables. It's pretty small, but you know, it's nice. Down here is just kind of a little hangout room. It's got TV. It's like a closet, bathroom, little seating, and yeah, it's basically my house. That's all there is to it. And yeah, that's outside of my house. Over here is a little lab, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know who built this. It's one of the both of these labs. We have no idea who built this. It's some stranger person, some alien guy. It definitely wasn't me.
Yeah, no way.
I think this building looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's very new, but yeah, it's a cool little lab thing. In here, some very scientific stuff going on in here. A nice little lookout. And yeah, and then that's basically all of this area. But I mean, that's not it. There's still more to see. I guess we
I
can go
guess
to your
next 1.17 house. Yeah.
just fly there. Now here we are at the 1.17 house.
Yeah. Enderman put a grass block here.
Oh,
So this is the house I designed and started building in 1.17, but I actually did not finish it until 1.21. Just kind of sitting here unfinished for a while. It's finally done. But somehow this copper hasn't aged yet. It's not even waxed. It's a nice, cozy little interior. Have a bedroom up here. So library, study, laundry room. And my favorite feature about this house is that I use the tinted glass windows,
yeah.
so the light from the outside isn't affected. So I tried to make some real nice moody lighting in here that always stays the same. It looks the best at night, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
really like it. And you can get to the attic by pressing this button up here and going up. So
Whoa.
attic, and then push this button and drop down into the library. Yeah. It's kind of in a random spot. I just picked it because there's nothing here, but I think eventually I'll add some trees and stuff around it to make it feel more integrated into the environment.
Nice. Now, here we are at one of the last destinations, the minigame district. This is definitely way, a s- a- this is definitely a work in progress. Like, we are not even close to being done with that. I mean, we're probably gonna be just working on it forever because we're gonna be adding new minigames. We have so many ideas. But the first games we have, well, these are the ones I built. It's a Mario themed parkour map. So basically, it's just, big old parkour that goes around and inside and themed around Mario. And then over here, we have a Mario Kart game. It's not done yet, but these are the fastest times we've done because the racetrack's done, but the decoration is still what's being worked on. You can
Unofficial
see,
times.
yeah, unofficial times, but yeah, we see you can select your car here.
There's a mechanism that automatically puts it up here, but most of the boats aren't stocked, so I don't
Yeah.
think it'll work.
And then we have, Celebrate Truck. Only a few areas have been built. It's one of them, and yeah, it's not done yet, but it will be a lot of fun when it is. It's already a lot of fun now. And then we go back. Yeah, it's kind of like the one in Nintendo Land, the Princess Peach castle. See? And then over here is a game Gonzogil made.
Yeah, you gotta. That's drain pipe as the exit, but if you go up these stairs, it's not finished yet, as you'll see from the outside. The, the house doesn't have. It's just a
Yeah,
base. I'm gonna finish it.
kind of a little
But
shack.
this is the granny mini game based off that one random mobile game where you try to escape the house. You go down into a little dungeon. You got the rules, and you enter through here. And basically, there's wither skeletons in there that you have to avoid while finding randomized keys. And once you get 7 of them, you can unlock the front door and escape, which is where that drain pipe. You come out of that.
Yeah, and we'll do a separate video playing all the games, showing you how we actually play them.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, remember to
There's
subscribe to see that. And this is the end of the Mario Kart track. See, it kind of goes all around.
just one unfinished game over here.
Yeah,
This is one I started a while ago but didn't finish it. It's gonna be like, it's a miniature version of the world, as you can see. You know, the farm tower, the sugarcane tower, the bungalow. It's just like a miniature version, and it's gonna be like a PvP game where we're like big monsters fighting around the environment.
yeah, that'll be in the future. We'll be working on that. And that's pretty much all we have for the minigame area so far. There's also a system we have called tokens, where if a minigame can be won, you get tokens, and then we make prizes that we can win with the tokens. So yeah, and now there's only one thing left to show. And now the final part of the tour. It's not the most impressive part, but there's some cool stuff. Is the Nether. This is a really old Nether hub that we're planning to update eventually. This is where we used to do
We
some.
got really lucky. We took this
Yeah,
portal from Creeper Mountain directly into a fortress.
yeah. Uh, this is where we used to do some potion brewing, but don't really need that anymore. And then here, as you can see, you kind of get a view of it, is the kind of a highway, which is made of soul soil, and it takes you all the way to the new Nether, because this was made, before the Nether update. So it's a very long pathway, but if you go all the way down there, you end up at the new Nether stuff. There's not really anything. We haven't really built much in the Nether because there's so much stuff to build in the overworld, but eventually we will make a new Nether hub and at least make it look nicer. And then over here is a very recent addition.
Well, the farm itself was here.
Yeah, it goes to a farm. This tunnel's always been here, but only recently did I decorate it. It is, and that goes to the Snow Island. It is our Guardian Farm tunnel, which takes us all the way to our Guardian Farm, which is probably our best farm.
I'm
No, you
gonna go
don't
in
need.
the overworld and show it working.
And this is basically, yeah, just a tunnel that goes to our Guardian Farm. Some Guardian will spawn a second. But yeah, it's this is even more recent. Gonzogil decorated this area. It's just kind of yeah, Guardians come down here, see in a second, and then collect stuff. And yeah, this was gonna be automatic, but it wasn't really worth it, so Gonzogil decided not to do it anymore. And then we have a little enchanting place. That's where we get all the levels. And as you can see here, basically just turn the lava off, and then you just kill 'em. Well, that's it. That is pretty much everything we have done in what we call a good world. We've, working on it for 5 years, worked very hard. Uh, you know, I think it's a really cool thing, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of it. We started this, I guess, our freshman year of high school, and now we're in college. Uh, but yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed seeing all the sites and this new channel we have. We'll be posting more videos like that one I already talked about with showing the mini games, and then we'll do other videos showing building and progress and
So
all that good
just
stuff.
any updates when we build something notable that we think should be shown off.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to see more of that stuff, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and with that being said, goodbye.
Oh, I missed
Don't kill me.
it.